If you don't know, Maya Moore is my GOAT. I think she is the best women's basketball player to ever touch the court. That's me. 39-0. Ooh. Woo. Maya Moore only lost like 4, right? Let me look it up. 150-4.
How do I believe me when I say I'ma pull up when the stage drops? Believe me when I say she don't look good. Believe me.
Yo, what it is? TDC, your boy Srotonn here, but you can call me Tone. Listen. Episode 4, I think. And I think this is the Maya Moore era. Tina Charles and Maya Moore era, man. If you don't know, Maya Moore is my GOAT. I think she is the best women's basketball player to ever touch the court. That's me. Now, will future players prove me wrong? Maybe, maybe not. But that's that's the one that made me, when I was younger in middle school, I was like, whoa, who is this? So let's get into it though.
After losing in 2008 in Tampa versus Stanford, Coach Auriemma let the seniors go and he spoke to us, but he mainly just said, we're not going to go anywhere unless Tina Charles just changes her act. And I took his words personal, and I was just in the gym with CD, just working on my game. You know, he said we have a really good point guard in Renee Montgomery, a really good wing player in Maya Moore, and what we're missing is a post dominance.
Come on, Tina. Big team.
And I think that was the first time a challenge was presented to me, and I was like, all right, Tina, you have to look yourself in the mirror, who you're going to be. And I did not want to let my teammates down, and I just started turning the corner from there.
UConn has won the national championship. 39-0, Connecticut is perfect.
I don't know too much.
For the UConn Huskies.
I don't know too much about Tina Charles, but one thing I do know is that she's one of the best big men in general, especially to come out of UConn, but in general. I'm gonna have to in general.
89 consecutive wins, more than anyone in college basketball Division I history.
The dynasty fulfills its destiny.
Win number 1,000.
I feel like this is when a lot of people was like, okay, what the hell going on in UConn? I feel like this is the era when people was like, hey,
there was
what's
major
going on?
confidence in that group going into the 08-09 year, just because everyone wanted to turn a corner. Everyone there knew that bad taste we had in our mouth when we lost. Coach Auriemma said we would be back, and we were. And I want to say we killed it. I think we beat everyone by double digits.
It's about to go off.
This my era right here. Yeah. This when I was a youngin.
Great look down low for Charles. How about that head fake?
Baby hook.
Like, no one stood a chance. Our practices were harder than the actual games.
It's picking apart that press.
It was like the
I
parting
believe
of the seeds.
It was amazing. You know, we went into games just knowing we were going to dominate.
When you practice hard, and I know it's so cliche, it's so cheesy, but it's the truth. When you practice hard, dang, you really it comes easy. This shit ain't nothing, because the what I just did yesterday or 2 days before, I damn near killed myself in practice. So this shit ain't nothing. This is a walk in the park.
There wasn't anything we were missing. Renee was the best guard in the country.
Renee Montgomery cuts the pocket of Jock Williams. And
Steal.
Moore cuts for the hoop, and Montgomery found her.
Tina was the best center in the country.
Offensive rebound.
Come on, the best.
Biggest player in the game there by Tina Charles.
And Maya was the best player in the country.
That's what makes Maya Moore so
in there.
unbelievable.
The Davis cut off the ankle.
Big Maya,
And
man.
the foul. One-on-one. Look at the hesitation dribble.
Those were 3 pretty good places to start, and we just took off from there.
And UConn has done it again. 39-0 again.
A good trio, man,
And
can
a
get you real
national
far.
championship again.
It's about to go off. Boom, boom, boom.
39-0. Ooh. Woo. God. Bro, like I said, a duo is probably preferred to win the championship, but you got a dynamic trio. Come on, man. Come on, man. It's hard to beat that.
Tina Charles back to the free throw line. Kalena Green takes a break. Kelly Faris, number 34 in blue. This is a freshman for Gino Auriemma. He really likes Kelly Faris.
Did she get hurt?
He's usually not terribly effusive with his praise, especially about freshmen.
Oh, he just loves her all-around game and her toughness. He said she will never play a bad game for Connecticut. She might have a bad possession, but she will never play a bad game.
Okay.
I actually came in and 2009, 2010 season, I was the only freshman, which was interesting. So I
don't know ball. Okay, what's up,
learning
Kelly?
on the fly, and I had to learn quickly, or else I stuck out like a sore thumb. So I would make sure I hopped in the back of lines and drills and paid really close attention to what everyone was doing, so I didn't mess it up.
We don't like to have just one person in a recruiting class, and we would have preferred to have at least two, but that year it just didn't work.
Usually you want to have 2, 3, max 4. If you can do that, that's great. 1, that's hard on a kid, but Kelly handled it fabulously.
Kelly Faris hasn't scored tonight, but she has been terrific at dishing the ball. That was the prettiest of her 5
We need her in the Eagles.
Played in 2 games in her freshman year in the Final Four. I think she played like 20-some minutes, both games. She didn't score a point either game, but she dominated large parts of that game. We wouldn't have won without her.
UConn has conquered the Alamo Dome.
And that's always a criticism that I have. But if you're a big part of that game, I guess that can be something. For me, 20 minutes, you don't score nothing. It's a little hard for me. Let me say 20 minutes and you don't make an impact at all. We got to talk. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, she didn't score a game. I mean, score a point, those 2 games, that's fine. But we 1-on-1 without her, that's different. But you going out there 20 minutes, you ain't playing no defense, you ain't scoring, you don't have good assists. Nah.
Again in 2010, the Huskies repeat as undefeated national champions.
Back to back.
I mean, we had a lot of success, right? Leading up to that, but then those 2 years, it looked like people just thought they couldn't beat us.
I only lost 6 games in my collegiate career, but that's just because of the standard. Every team reflects the same because Coach Auriemma is so consistent.
Yeah, I mean, Maya Moore had
he's so special. And
Maya Moore only lost like 4, right? Let me look it up. 150-4.
How do I say goodbye?
Hey, you want to sit here and tell me this is not at least top 2, gang? At least top 2 of all times. Goodness gracious. Like, and I think I did talk about that list. And I said, if this is a list on how they impacted their program, okay, I get it. But is that supposed to be best players of all time? Maya Moore has to get on that list, bro. That 150-4. Nah, bro. Losing 4 games is nasty. It's a nasty bag.
Tapping into every player and getting the best out of them. Knowing how far to push, how to hold back. He'll make you feel down, but he'll bring you right back up. And he's always there to celebrate you, but he just wants the best for you.
He's there to bring you down.
Teach the game of basketball with the game of life. Everything you're learning from him, you could carry over into your everyday life. And I'm very, very thankful that I was able to go to UConn.
Man. Gotta love Tina Charles, man. Gotta love Maya Moore, that whole team.
And tonight, the UConn Huskies are 1 win away from setting a record
Florida
for
State.
consecutive victories many believed would never be set. The all-time record
okay, let's lock in. I want to know.
Straight wins. The Huskies facing number 20 Florida State.
The program was doing really well before I got there. I know Tina
Big
Charles
Steph.
was there. They had 2 undefeated seasons, so going in, there was a lot of pressure to keep the streak going.
Shout
you
out to the
want to have
Mystics.
your own merits for your own group. You don't want to be carrying the expectations of the previous group or living up to the expectations of the previous group. It's not like the expectations were unrealistic because we created them. Every game, everyone was looking for something new and more exciting and different.
I want to know why they lost too.
Crazy new,
why they couldn't go 3 in a row.
And UConn has won up UCLA. 89 consecutive wins, more than anyone in college basketball Division I history. And now it's on to number 90. We'll have that for you
Florida
against
State
Stanford on December
sucks.
30. And the win streak is over. UConn's win streak ends at 90. Connecticut.
This damn Stanford, bro. Is Stanford really, really like that? Is Stanford like... I guess it's just the older generations, bro. Like, I have never... It seems like Stanford has always beaten UConn, at least back in the day. Now, I don't know if Stanford could get back to that point. But Stanford has always been like a roadblock for UConn as far as the older players go. That's crazy. I would have never thought Stanford, of all places, would be that team for UConn.
It has finally lost.
When we lost, it was like, oh my God, it's the end of the world, you know?
I think that was the moment that C told me on the bench that I had to get stronger, tougher, faster.
I said, if you want to play at this level, these are the things that you have to do. And she was fine. She's like, I know, I understand, and I'm going to do it. Steph is, you know, you can't help but smile when you say her name, just because she had a personality so big.
That you got to love it, too.
And she was an interesting character.
My recruitment was interesting. I had a lot of schools that reached out to me, and then
Stefanie might not be the best player of all time, the best big of all time, but I don't mind her on the Mystics, man. You know what I'm saying? She could come off the bench. I don't want her to start for me. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't want to start for the Mystics. But as a Mystics fan, I don't mind her being on the team at all.
Gino was actually one of the last ones. He tells the story all the time that he recruited me at a tournament solely because I fell, I think, 8 times, and I got back up every time. He just thought it was just so, hardworking, and I didn't give up. But I think I actually was terrible that game. Anyway, he sent me a letter, and I just remember getting that letter. I was so excited because, again, I was kind of a big fan of UConn, being from New York. It was a close school, and I grew up watching Diana, so it was a dream come true for me to get even a letter from Gino.
And she tall as hell.
Cried the very first workout, and I hadn't even done anything yet. I don't even know what I said, and she was crying.
My first semester as a freshman was really, really rough. I didn't do well in school. My workouts were hard. I think I cried every other weekend.
It took Steph and I a while to figure out
look the height difference from everybody else.
I needed to be in order to help her get to the next spot. We figured that out, and I adjusted. And then the next year, she told me I needed to be harder on her. It was a process with Steph, but always a joy, always willing to work. One of my favorites.
Dolson down low and has her shot blocked by Sweeney.
Yeah, my first 2 years were tough. My first year was probably the toughest, though, because we had Maya as a senior, and a lot of times you want to win for your seniors.
Exactly.
Sometimes there are programs out there in different sports that try to create rivalries, and rivalries create themselves. And they're created because one team wins, and then another team wins, and they beat the crap out of each other, and they don't necessarily like each other. It's okay to dislike your opponent greatly.
Beating Notre Dame twice in the Big East tournament and then losing in the Final Four was so hard for us. I think both times we thought we were going to win. I remember after, Gina was really mad, just disappointed in us, but we were disappointed in ourselves. Those were tough years.
The Irish put down the Huskies for a second straight year.
Look at her crying. I know that shit gotta suck.
Jen on the shot
2 years in a row?
Stewart playing defense, knocks it away. Breaks in all alone, and she lays it in. Welcome to college, Breanna Stewart.
Stewie,
Breanna,
obviously she's a local kid. And
Big Bree, right? 4 in a row, right? Every year, didn't lose in college, right? One of them ones.
Came to all of our games. And obviously, when you're recruiting somebody like that, it's a generational player. We felt pretty confident. We weren't sure, but I think it came down to us and Duke.
The other schools kind of had a chance at recruiting me.
Yeah.
I am from Syracuse, so that was an option. I liked Duke, Maryland, but
I can see her at Duke.
Nothing was like UConn.
Mariah, I kept telling Shay, I said, Shay, we're not going to get her. These kids from Texas, they're not going to come up to Connecticut. She goes, I don't know, Coach, she's a little bit different. And she came up, and I'm like, it's not going to happen, Shay. And then, a month later, she says, Coach, she wants to come up to another game. I said, really? That's when I thought, man, she might be different than the other Texas kids. So we got her. Then Morgan Tuck was in the office one day.
My favorite memory from
Morgan
that
Tuck?
trip
Okay, I don't know
was
ball.
my
Shout
mom
out.
was there on the team. She took us to the student union and made us sing karaoke with her on stage. We were like mortified that we were in high school out of college singing karaoke, but it was with Maya, so it made it a lot better. And by the end of the trip, I committed before I even left. I knew it was where I wanted
she
to
like,
be.
I like this shit. She like, this shit kind of live. I like this shit. And then you sing with Maya Moore, like, of course I'm going to commit. What the fuck?
5. The Irish have beaten Connecticut 4 of the last 5 times they played.
Get him, Big Brew.
Freshman.
I said Big Brew. Big Brew.
Waved off. Player control foul.
Notre Dame rivalry, that's like my rival, our rival. Just like the back and forth,
give me that.
Big East tournament play, stuff like that. And then losing to Notre Dame 3 times in the regular season my freshman year.
Notre Dame has beaten Connecticut, and they knocked the Huskies in the #1 spot.
Damn, by 1 point.
Do it at UConn. What a game.
We had
Spot.
What is this? This looks like Big Sky. I knew it. I damn it to hell. I knew it. And you know why I knew this was Skylar Diggins? It's because she over here about to push her teammate out of bounds. Number, it is Skylar Diggins. That intensity, man, always had it.
That one was at Notre Dame.
It's kind of like when you lose the first one, it's like, all right, but we're going to get them the next time. And then to lose in the Big East championship game, like at the end of the game on like a buzzer beater layup, it was terrible.
Diggins inside at Shotwa. Got it with 1.8 to
That's
go.
big dig, man.
We lost in the Big East championship game. And I remember coming back to the locker room and I said, let's take some time off and let's regroup. And when we get back to practice, we'll show you guys how we're going to win a national championship.
Facts.
In the locker room, Coach Ramos was like, I'm going to teach you guys how to win a national championship. Because we finally got to the point where we were playing the level and the style that he wanted us to, and we might have come up short in that Big East championship game, but he knew that we were ready.
Wait, so she did lose. So she stayed at UConn 5 years? Now I'm learning. Hold on now. I'm learning something.
Take on a bigger goal and win the national championship.
You've heard it before. The Connecticut Huskies will play for the national championship on Tuesday night.
Once you get here, you're only
okay. No,
great
well, she
teams.
didn't.
And the reason,
Okay, I'm fucking confused. Okay, so if you lose in the Big East championship, that doesn't mean that's separate from the tournament, right? Okay.
Notre Dame's beaten us 7 out of the last 8 times. It's because they're really, really good. For just this night, we just needed to be better than them, and we were.
The word elites and the number 8 will have a whole new meaning in Connecticut.
93-60 is crazy.
8-time national champions.
When you get the first one in your first year, it's like, well, we did it once, so why can't we do it 3 more times? Going into my sophomore year, we had lost Caroline Doty, Kelly Faris, Heather Buck. It leaves a hole, right? But I think there wasn't one person that could fill it. I think we all felt like we kind of had to fill it together.
Right.
We kind of understood the assignment, if you will. We had different seniors. Obviously, Steph and Breanna were our seniors, but we had a great group and really ready for any
So
kind of challenge
Stefanie
that
have
came in our
what,
way,
2 or
and
3?
That's why we went undefeated.
The Huskies complete
Undefeated
the drive
again.
for Title IX in Nashville.
Beat Notre Dame
UConn,
again
the
for the
2014
championship.
National champions.
Going from
Oh my
sophomore
God.
to junior year, we lost Steph Dolson.
These motherfuckers is doing the nay-nay.
National champions.
Yeah. Oh my God. I feel like an old nigga now. I'm looking at old footage of niggas doing the nay-nay. Y'all don't know about this shit, bro. Like,
In the junior year, we lost Steph Dolson and Breanna Hartley. Anybody that knows Steph, she has a super infectious personality, and I think that's something that we all fed off of. And she
You
was
gotta
really
love
that
Stefanie,
vocal
man.
leader. So I think going into junior year was kind of like, now we're upperclassmen, right? Like, we're supposed to be leaders on the team. And so I think we had to make a little bit of a mental switch for our class.
That year was kind of the hardest year, aside from my freshman year, because there was so many bumps in the road, but we got it together when it mattered most.
It's a Husky three-peat for the 2015
against Notre Dame again. Woo. Yeah, I can see. So this is the year. Breanna Stewart said it, but this is definitely the years of that brewed this damn rivalry. Okay, gotcha.
champions, the UConn Huskies.
Going into my senior year, we
3
knew
times
that
in a row
we had
down
a
there.
really, really cool opportunity. You have 3, right? So this is it, right? This is the year. This is what we've been waiting on.
Definitely a feeling that we have a chance to do something really special.
Do it again. Do
Especially
it all
after
4.
winning 3 national championships. It was kind of like, this is our senior year. No way we're not going out with the 4th one.
Exactly.
Breanna Stewart, Morgan Tuck, and Mariah Jefferson.
And when you got Breanna Stewart like that, shit, damn near easy as hell.
16 in a row
Green,
by
bang.
double digits.
South Carolina about to taste their first loss
Damn,
at home
Asia.
since February 10th of 2013.
Look at Don Staley.
Class bows out here at Gamble, winning 113 of their last 114. Just one loss.
One fucking loss. Woo. How do you even face a team like that? How do you get your team? Yeah, bro. The team we're about to face, they've only lost one time, but we still got it, you guys. What? Nah.
That home
Baby
in their
hook.
entire careers.
And then Breanna Stewart can shoot
We were
like.
chasing this idea of perfection, and that really was what our entire career was about, but specifically the senior year.
History, perfection,
38-0.
domination. It's a UConn grand slam at the Brickyard for the
82-51. This is the type of game I would have went to sleep on. I'm turning this shit off. I'm not watching this. 82-51. What?
domination. It's a UConn grand slam at the Brickyard for the 2016 national
4 in a row,
champion,
man.
UConn Huskies.
Breanna Stewart deserved to be on this list too.
We started talking about how in 1995 we won a national championship.
UConn has won the national championship.
And here we are now, and we've been in 15 of the last 16 Final Fours.
The UConn Huskies are headed to Cleveland, their 23rd appearance in the Final Four.
And no one's
Look at
ever
the
gonna
team,
touch
man.
that. No one's going to 15 Final Fours in 16 years.
Hell no.
That's not going to happen.
It's difficult to answer a question on why you've been able to do something and no one else has when we only know how we do it.
That's a question I can't answer. My staff and I, we get the right players, we coach them the right way, we trust them.
And they're 100% lying. They know how they're doing it. You think they finna share the sauce? Oh, maybe when they retire, maybe. Oh, they're not sharing the sauce. They know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. They've been doing it for, what, 40? They know what they're doing. Come on, I don't know if I can answer that. Get out of here. You know exactly what y'all doing, but y'all not getting the sauce. That's what that means.
And we leave the rest
And
up
I don't
to
blame them. I'm not giving y'all the sauce
every
either.
day. We try to do the right thing. We work hard. We try to bring out the best in our players. We try to put them in uncomfortable situations so that they can get better. And we try to help them get to where they want to go.
Exactly.
You got to have a little bit of luck. And
always
these
luck.
last couple of years, it's been a little bit unlucky. But we still figure out a way to get there. I got to believe once our luck changes, 12 and 13 are right around the corner.
Yes, sir. Oh my God, this series is amazing. How many more episodes ago? Is this the last one? Got one more. Man, this is such a great series. You know, of course, I'm more excited about this because this is more of my era. You know, I know the Maya Moores, you know, the Breanna Stewarts for sure. I was in high school when Breanna Stewart was winning these championships, going on to college. I definitely was in like middle school when Maya Moore was in college. So a lot of this stuff was still kind of foreign to me, but I still knew who these people were. You know what I'm saying? I knew who Maya Moore was. I knew who Breanna Stewart was. But again, this is amazing. And like I said, they know the sauce, because one thing I've learned about being in like leadership positions is, yes, people change, people are different, but when you see it after a couple years, you kind of can see how the people look similar. Like, oh my God, you act just like what's the name? Oh my God, you act just like what's the name? And then you know how, okay, I can skip the BS and I know how to handle you. I can skip the BS with you because I know how to handle you because I've handled this type of player before. So they know what they're doing. Don't get it wrong. But I think that's all I got to say, you know. So we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. Till next time, I'm out.